A lot of people have been asking me to do a diagonal sprint bridging slash god bridging tutorial, and I thought to myself, well, why not? For those that don't know, Minecraft diagonal sprint bridging or god bridging is basically a bedrock bridging method where you just basically sprint while moving your mouse left to right and just spamming click as hard as you can. This bridging method is actually very complicated, so I did my best to explain how you can practice it. Note that to learn this you have to be able to walk bridge very well, which if you don't know what that is, I'll link a tutorial in the description below. If you can do that very well, then you can sprint bridge really easily, but if you go into sprint bridging without any experience, then it's gonna be way harder. Hi guys, welcome to a new video. This recording is 40 minutes long because I definitely have not been trying to make this video for the past 40 minutes. So today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to diagonal sprint bridge. As you can see, I have definitely not been sprint bridging for the last 40 minutes, as I just said. That's preposterous. I would never be sprint bridging for this long. So, if you're watching this video and you have no idea what sprint bridging is, this is sprint bridging. Watch me fail. This is basically sprint bridging. It's you sprinting and placing a lot of blocks and looking very cool and getting YouTube subscribers. It's gonna take me at least another month to be actually consistent enough to use this in a normal game. But yeah, this is what sprint bridging is. You've probably seen a lot of people do the normal walk bridging. I've seen so many people do it, and there's probably like a lot of tutorials on it. If you want to learn how to walk bridge, which you have to learn if you want to do this, you can't just go from just, oh look at me guys, I can jump bridge, and then go to, oh look at me, I can diagonal sprint bridge. You have to know how to walk bridge. If you want to see a good walk bridge tutorial, then go check out Ben Miller's tutorial. He made a really good one. He explained it well, and yeah, this bridge is basically just practicing. So if this video is boring, then that's just why. It's just you practicing a lot. So don't bully me because you're bad. But I do have a lot of methods that can actually help you and a lot of tips. So first of all, the basics of a good way to practice is get yourself a platform like this one right here. Get yourself a block that contrasts with the lower block well. Like if you have a dark block, get a light block. And just practice. Just place blocks above the ones below you, like this. But yeah, that's basically a good way to practice, is that you just do that over and over and over again. This is what I did for a while, and it's really helpful. As you can see, I've actually improved a lot, at least I think so. Or just practice it without any blocks below you, because if you have blocks below you to practice, that's not really going to help you, because you're going to misplace a couple blocks. So I definitely don't recommend that. But in terms of actually learning this bridge, it's just practice. If you can do the normal one, just do the normal one, but faster. If you don't know how to do the normal one, just go watch a tutorial video. But the basics in this video, but I'll explain the basics. So the basics are you just look right to left, right to left, right to left. So that's basically what you do, and you combine it with walking. And now for sprinting, same thing, except you are sprinting, you know. And normally for sprinting, what you want to look out for is that you don't aim too narrowly. So don't do something like this, because that's really bad. Like, as if you guys saw this, I can show it in slow motion. I went really narrowly. Now this will make you go faster, but it will also make your blocks place way less. What I recommend is you go for a 90-degree angle, probably less. I'd probably go for like 70 or 60. At least that's what I do for diagonal sprint bridging. I really don't go that wide. I probably should be, but I feel like going that wide just makes me slower and makes me extremely inconsistent, because it's just a blur for me, so I can't really see anything. My practicing just isn't that good to go wide, so I just go inside. I can go further, plus it looks cooler, plus it's also faster, which is the whole point of the bridge. Like, if you're gonna call it sprint bridging, why not go as fast as you can? My main tips are, don't go too far outside or inside. If you're already aiming very narrowly, then it's gonna be harder for you to start aiming further, because you're gonna have to move your mouse more. It's easier to go from very wide movements to very short movements, so that's what I recommend, is to start off wide and then go shorter. It's what helped me with walking and definitely helped me with sprinting. But yeah, something else that could help you, especially if you're starting off and you can't do it, is do walking, then switch to sprinting for a couple seconds, and then stop. Do walking again, then do sprinting. That way you get a good idea of how fast the pace is, and your hand is already moving. because a lot of times what happens when you're like starting to sprint bridge is your hand might like do like a mini cramp because you're trying to jitter while moving your mouse a lot or your controller. It depends. Which is why a lot of people can't do it is either because they can't jitter click fast enough while moving their mouse, especially on left side. Like I don't know them. I don't know that many people that literally that like jitter click while moving their like mouse like left to right. So might be why this is like actually hard. I know for me it's hard because I can't jitter click very well, and right now it's really cold, so I'm having an absolute blast doing this. As you can obviously see, I'm extremely happy. So what I recommend is definitely just go walking first, and then after you've walked for like a couple seconds, start sprinting, stop, walk again, and then start sprinting again, and try to transition like that. So that way you're not sprinting all the way, because I know it can definitely be demotivating for you to start sprinting and you just instantly walk off. So definitely start walking if you can do that well, and then just transition to sprinting and try to do that. Alternatively, you can also just go ahead and sprint for like 3 blocks, stop, sprint again, and do the same thing over and over again, until you're like getting consistent, until you can do it for, you know, longer periods of time, which will end up at some point transitioning into a very long diagonal sprint bridge. But yeah, that was a tutorial. This wasn't really a tutorial. This was more so I guess some tips on how to practice it. This like there really is no way to tutorial this. If you can do the normal walking bridge, then you already know how to do the bridge. You just have to do it faster, and I just showed you some methods on how to do it. Yeah, I really don't have much more to say. Like and subscribe or something, I don't know.